YouTube. So today we are going to be doing a comparison of these SoundLink 2 by Bose, which are a non-noise cancelling around ear option that comes in at around a $300 Canadian price point, with the Bose Quiet Comfort 35 Series 2, which are a noise cancelling option. That's their flagship model. Everyone knows about these. And I was trying to do some research on these. I couldn't see anything from the big tech reviewers on the SoundLinks. So I thought I'd do a video comparing them. And yeah, so that's what this is going to be. I'm going to unbox them. Then we're going to talk about the quality differences, the connectivity differences I've noticed, the differences in the microphones. That's a big thing that drew me towards the QC35s. But first, I want to remind everyone to stay hydrated, drink some water, and let's get started. So I'm going to start with unboxing the SoundLinks, the more budget option. The first thing you're going to notice is that the box on the SoundLinks is significantly wider. I'll do a quick close-up for you guys on that. So these probably going to be a little bit larger or in a slightly bigger case. So open this up. Comes in a bag. Inside of the case you get this card with some NFC pairing information, which is a nice feature, especially for these budget Bose. And a few quick guides. Bose Connect for Apple and Google Play, and some more factory information. So let's put that back together. Yeah, it's got this little card that goes on top. It's a nice material, doesn't matter. And just pull these out of the bag, show you the case. As you can see, a little bit of pleather wraps around, and then we have this mesh sort of cloth, probably polyester material making up the rest of it. So we'll start on this one. Ooh. Already, that card is much nicer. It doesn't have the rubber thing, which I did not care about. Yeah, that's a nicer card. Smaller box. Open that up. There's no papers on top. It's just got the Bose Connect app here. Just tells you about that, which is not on the QC or on the SoundLink. Not required for that. And also comes in a bag in the case. So just got one manual here instead of three little ones. And on the inside of the box, it's got a bunch of information on the Bose Connect app in a whole bunch of different languages. So I'm just going to put this back together. And get this. So put this aside for a moment. Give us more room at the table to demonstrate these for you guys. So, as I started with, I'm going to open up the SoundLink 2s first. So, come in this box, pretty much just folded flat. It's got a little pocket on the inside, no pockets on the outside obviously. And yeah, prominent Bose logo on them. A little bit of blue trim. It's got a bunch of holes right here. I presume this is the microphone. I saw someone on YouTube saying that they were to improve the sound quality. I'm not sure about that. And we'll just pull out what's in this pocket. So we got a cord. It's a 2.5 millimeter to 3.5, so not as easily replaceable as a standard aux cord. And we also have a charging cable. So it's just a standard micro USB, no USB-C sadly, but it is a lower price point. So we'll put that aside for a moment and then open up these. Yeah, that's nicer. Come on now. Come on now. let's put those side by side for a second. So these ones come folded flat. It was a little bit less than flat, but no big deal, pretty much flat. These come folded up and flat, and wow, that is nice. It also has these little foam things and this big foam thing. So take those out, show you what's in the pockets. So for this one, another micro USB, tiny little cord again. What is that? What is that? Come on, 6 inches? That's a shame. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how tiny the cords that are usually included with these guys are. And then another 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I'm not going to unwrap that, it seems too hard. There's a sticker here keeping it closed. But we'll pull these each out of the case now. Oh, and the other thing I'm going to point out about this case, it has a pocket on the outside, which I have noticed is nice. I can put my USB-C charger for my phone and any other cords I need in there. And this one has a clip on it that I can use to attach to my bag on the outside instead of having to toss it in like I do with these. So that is a nice little feature as well. Also, this case is complete pleather on the front with complete pleather on the back with the cloth carrying case. It doesn't have this mesh material. So, as you can see, these obviously fold significantly more than the SoundLinks. Both cups fold like that and like that. So that's nice. I'll put these down for a minute, open these up, compare the folding. So as you can see, not as much mobility there. They do have a lot of flexibility, both of them do. So that's nice. It does have a decent build quality. Yeah, we can do a close-up now and compare the headbands on them. So I'll put these both flat just for comparison purposes. So, as you can see, very similar headbands. The QC35s right here, significantly, well, not significantly, marginally larger headband there with a marginally thicker padding on there. So I have noticed they are slightly more comfortable, but then again, these are lighter overall because these are purely plastic in their construction, whereas these Bose, they do have metal on the ear cuffs here. Hey Dio, let's do a zoom in on Dio here. What's up, buddy? He wants in on this video.
Yes.
Alright, so we'll get back to reviewing these. He really wants to interrupt this video, but I'm not gonna let him. So, another difference in these is that the QC35 slide horizontally, whereas the SoundLink slide vertically. So to turn them on, slide up, turns on, it has a battery and a Bluetooth indicator there. These ones to turn on, slide right, and it's got 2 lights. Rather than being shaped as the Bluetooth or the battery, these just have small symbols there. So, they both, as I said before, connect via micro USB, which does hinder its ability to fast charge. Don't get me wrong, these charge fast. I plugged them in last night and went to watch a movie, plugged them into a standard micro USB, and it was about an hour. I watched an hour of the movie, came back to get my headphones, and they were 100% charged, and they were 50 when I plugged them in. So not bad for fast charging, but nothing like you get with micro USB. But yeah, in terms of the buttons, very similar, like pause, skip, answer call, and volume up and down button right there. It's very similar. Once again, the blue ones are the SoundLink and the black are the Bose QC35s. One thing that is missing from these SoundLinks is this button. So what this button does is it connects to your assistant. So it can connect to Google Assistant and Alexa, and I haven't really used Alexa on it. I'm not a fan of Alexa. It's doesn't really compare very favorably to Google Assistant. So when you touch the button once, it says, so when you press the button once, it says the time. It is 4:08 p.m. and you have no new notifications, or you have X amount of notifications. So that is nice. In terms of the quality, there is a substantial difference between these two. It is definitely worth $150. When you add in the noise cancellation, it really is hard to justify the almost $300 CAD price point compared to these at $450. Especially with the metal ear cups, the better construction. This connector here is a lot more sturdy than on here. You can hear the difference there. This is a lot more light. It's light, and I feel like the build quality isn't terrible, but come on. This is 50% more, yes, 50% more, but it's more than 50% better, for sure. It is top notch, and yeah, I'm not an audiophile. I'm not the type of person that spends a lot of money on audio equipment. I just switched from the Power Beats because mine broke, and I need wireless headphones because neither of my phones have an aux cord. So I was looking into some decent options. I tried my friend's Beats Solo. I wasn't a huge fan. They squished my ears. I don't like that on-ear pressure. So I was looking at these around-ear headphones, and I have a pair of gaming headphones. They're pretty good, but nothing compared to either of these. One thing I noticed about the QC is they have a significant amount more bass than these. These really seem to lack bass significantly. It's not like they're monitor headphones. It's like the bass is reduced. So that's definitely something to take into account if you listen to a lot of hip-hop, if you listen to a lot of EDM. These are not good headphones for you. You'll be better off with a pair of Beats at the same price point, even though Beats are not good headphones. I have no illusions about Beats being good headphones. I have used them in the past just because they're convenient, especially the Power Beats. You can just, very small, keep them around your neck, don't gotta worry about them. But these, in terms of over-ear headphones that are wireless, these are one of the better ones I've tried. I think the Audio-Technica ATH MX50BT, which are the Bluetooth version of the M50s. I think I accidentally added an X, but disregard the X. M50BT. It might have been an X after the 50. Regardless, these ones are great. The Audio-Technica is probably, well, they do have better sound quality, but these you aren't buying primarily for the sound quality. You're buying them because they have great noise cancellation, and they do, and they're super comfortable. I haven't worn a pair of headphones this comfortable before, so that is a huge factor that led me into getting these. I did buy these first, and I do believe I'm going to return them because they are not worth the price point. So I'm just going to return them to Amazon and keep these. I might even use the money I spent on these to buy a pair of Audio-Technicas because I enjoy them, and they seem more justified for the price point than these, which are a very similar price point. It's about, I believe, $280 for either one plus tax. So definitely these are not the best option for the price. I think that's the main reason why many tech YouTubers haven't touched it. It's just not that special. There's nothing special about them. Except the one thing that I do enjoy about Bose, and I'll grab this really quick just so you can see it. This is another SoundLink product. That's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to get these SoundLink headphones, because I do enjoy their SoundLink products. This, I love that it connects to both of my devices. I have an iPhone and an Android, and I can seamlessly switch between them using this, as well as I can with this or this. So that is something that gives Bose, in my opinion, an edge on a lot of competition. Theo, what are you doing, man? He never comes down here unless we're recording a video. He's like, bro, trying to get famous. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just put this up here. Another thing about this, which is the Bose SoundLink Color 2, is it's got a voice.
Moto Z2 Play and Samsung Galaxy Tab 8.
Decent voice, seamless switching between devices, and yeah, but one thing I noticed, the sound quality on this is good. It's loud, it's really solid, it's bumping, got good bass. These, not so much. It's got decent range, not great. The pair I received actually had a defective microphone, which is another reason I'm going to be returning it, is because every time I would receive a call, I'd hit the answer button here, and I'd try talking, and my friend or whoever would be like, hello, 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 and then hang up because they can't fucking hear me. So that's not great. That's not something I would expect from a $300 pair of headphones, to just show up and not work for calls, which is something they really marketed themselves as, is working great for calls. The main example they used for the seamless switching between devices is you're watching a video on your tablet, you get a call, you press the button on your headphones, and you can answer that call, and when you hang up the call, the video starts playing again. And that doesn't really work if you have to hit the button, answer the call, pull out your phone, hit the button on your phone to switch it from Bluetooth to just regular speaker, and they'll probably hang up by the time you get there. So these, I'm not a huge fan of. Honestly, they're not worth the price point. These, they're expensive. But if you are interested in getting a premium pair of noise cancelling headphones, these are a great option. I was considering the Sony 1000X or whatever. It's got a terrible name that's impossible. QC35 is an effective name. It's a good name. I was looking at those, but upon further research, I had found that they tend to have a lot of issues in the cold, and the place I live, it tends to get very cold. I live in Alberta, and the weather here is pretty consistently cold. It goes down to about -40, or even lower than that sometimes. If you're trying to do the conversion, -40 Fahrenheit is -40 Celsius. It's the same because it's that cold. That's where the two meet. So, what I'm going to say is that these have clickable buttons. All the buttons on this, you click. There's nothing touchpad. Even to turn it on and off, slide. To pause and play, click. Up and down, click. Even the assistant, hold it down. And another thing about that assistant that I forgot to mention earlier is that you can toggle what this button does. There's not too many options, but it's not terrible. You can switch it from being a noise cancelling option to being a Google Assistant to being Alexa. So I would like to see more options for mapping that button, but for right now, it's not terrible. Yeah, so you can switch from noise cancelling off to noise cancelling low to noise cancelling high. Another feature that was added from the QC1s to this model, which is the 2, is you can remap this button, which wasn't an option, and you can also listen wirelessly with the noise cancelling off, which was not an option before. You had to turn the headphones off and then plug them in with an aux cord, and that was the only way to listen without noise cancelling, and there was no low mode for quiet environments. So there are some significant improvements. Everyone just kind of says that because the design didn't change too much, there are no differences. But I beg to differ in terms of the firmware updates that have been coming through on these. I think it's pretty substantial, the differences. Like, yeah, the only design change was this button, but the ability to sync it with your phone and make all of these tweaks is amazing. But the amount of customization doesn't really compare to the Sony's or the Microsoft Surface, which are another in the exact same price point. Two different noise cancelling options that are also around here. So, Theo, what are you doing, man? Why you gotta interrupt my video, bro? But yeah, what is he doing? He never does this. He's just chilling. All right. But yeah, so I would definitely say that compared to the Microsoft Surface, the Surface might have an edge to a certain extent. One of the reasons I chose these is because they're lighter. I really wear these headphones a lot. I wear any headphones I get, I usually wear for at least 4 to 6 hours a day, if not more. I use it while I'm studying. There's a lot of, like, I take the train, I take the bus, so noise cancelling is important to me. But yeah, I think that these are a very decent pair of headphones in terms of the price point. I think it's justified at that price point. I'll actually show you the inside cups really quick, since I didn't get a chance to do that earlier. Very similar. I noticed this has a lot more of a bulge there. These ones a lot more flat. I think the soundstage on the QC35s is significantly larger. It's not quite like an open back pair of headphones, but the amount of sound quality you get, it's really good. I'm not gonna say it's the best or it's amazing, but it's great. It's really good. I've also noticed the build quality is pretty good. I have had slight connectivity issues, and I'm gonna see if that is a common problem or if that is just an issue with my phone, or maybe with the case, or maybe with these headphones specifically. And if it is, I'll just get them replaced by Amazon. Order from Amazon, guys. Come on, you gotta get that return policy. I wouldn't be able to return these if I bought them from Best Buy, even though they have a fatal microphone issue, which is important. Yeah, Amazon was just like, what is your reason for returning? You can choose quality. Like, quality wasn't up to your standards, which, that's a good reason. It honestly is. For something at this price point, if the quality is not up to snuff, you should be able to return it. Yeah. Another thing I noticed about these is there is another set of pins on there. It would be nice if they folded like that, but they don't. But this one has another set of pins here so they can curve sideways. It does add another joint that could have some sort of problems, but yeah, it has this joint here. That's the one I'm talking about, so it can do this. But I haven't noticed any problems with that. I think one thing I've noticed with these probably need to be tightened because they just kind of loosen too easily. These ones actually don't loosen as much. So I think that's a weird thing that this one $150 more can just loosen like that. But it looks like something I could fix with a T-shaped screwdriver. It doesn't look like a Phillips to me, but I'll give it a shot. And yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say about it, honestly. These are just good quality headphones. The sound is great. I enjoyed using them thoroughly. These ones, they're decent. They're not terrible headphones, but you could probably get something better for $150. Just saying that these, like, if you could get more types of headphones with a 2-device pairing, I would be very happy. But if that's something that's crucial to you, these might not be a terrible option. But these are what you want to go for. If you gotta wait a little bit longer to get these, I think you should. But if you're never going to spend that much and you need that 2-device pairing, these aren't horrible headphones, but I wouldn't recommend them to anyone that really cares about the quality of audio or the bass as much. Like, these aren't amazing quality, but these aren't good quality. So I mean, it's all trade-offs, right? You got to spend more to get more, and yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about these. Primarily these two, but a little bit about this SoundLink speaker. I will also be doing a review on this next video. So I'm gonna be playing this a bit. The Super Nintendo Classic. I have gotten a little bit of time to spend with it. It is a lot of fun. It had some features that weren't available in the original, which I grew up playing. A few of those being you can save during a level, which is awesome. You slide the reset button, you press down on the D-pad, and it saves. So you can save mid-game. You don't have to wait until you've beaten 3 levels or whatever. So if you're bad, it's good for you. But and another cool thing about this, we're just gonna do a quick thing. It's got micro USB for there, and an HDMI in, which you could not get on the other ones. So tune in next time. We'll talk about that. And once again, stay hydrated, boys. That's all for today.